Today is Wednesday, June 30th, 2021, and the engine block is back from the machine shop. Finally, we can stop tearing things apart and start putting something back together. The machine shop put a sleeve in cylinder number 4, decked the block, honed all the cylinders, and gave it a thorough cleaning. If you look right here, you can see the edge of where the sleeve was pressed in, and there's a ridge at the bottom to retain the cylinder, and the cylinder head will keep it from moving up, so it's locked in place. It's considered a permanent fix. We got a full re-ring kit with bearings, rings, and gaskets, and over the next few weeks or months we'll be putting this motor back together, and we'll shoot some videos as we progress. Might be fun to keep a running tally of how many parts actually go into a motor like this. Right now we're already up to 3. We've got the engine block itself and 2 locator pins pressed into the deck to locate the cylinder head. So we'll keep a running count as we go. Before we can do the final assembly, we have some cleanup to do on the engine block. We're going to chase out all the threaded holes to make sure our torque readings are accurate. The cylinder head mounting bolts are half 13 thread. This is a Harbor Freight tap from how many years ago would you say?
At least 10.
10 years ago. If you listen, you can hear it cutting. And if you look at the tap, you can see how much material it chased out of those threads. Now here's a brand new Harbor Freight tap. Goes in about 3 threads, jams in the hole. And it doesn't cut at all. Same company, 10 years difference. On the left side of the engine block there are 2 mounting holes for the fuel pump, and there are 4 mounting holes for the push rod cover. Fuel pump mounting holes are 5/16 18. And the timing cover mounting bolts are also 5/16 18. Chasing out the threads for the main bearing caps. These are 7/16 by 14 thread. The oil pan mounting holes, there are 12 1/4 20-inch bolts.
Is not that.
There are also 4 oil pan mounting bolts that are 5/16 18. We've also got 8 1/4 20 holes for the front cover, 2 1/4 20 holes for the camshaft, and then we've got 4 of the 5/16 18 holes for the water pump. There are also 4 holes for the front engine mounting bracket. These are 3/8 16. Correction, these 2 holes are 3/8 16. These 2 holes are 7/16 14. I am recording here.
Get tapped with me tonight.
Alright, we've now tapped all of the holes on the front face of the engine, the bottom of the engine, the deck of the block, and the back of the engine. Everything that will be sealed up when we do the long block assembly. So we'll worry about the other holes for the accessories once the long block is done. This is a low budget rebuild, so we're reusing as many of the original parts as we can. We're going to reuse the cam and lifters. We got a new cam gear. The original phenolic one is chipped, so we're going to put on an aluminum gear. And we're going to reuse the pistons and connecting rods. They're in this bag. And we're going to reuse the original crank. So there's a little bit of prep work to do on each one of these sub-assemblies, and then we'll be ready to put everything in the engine block. So when you're assembling an engine, it's really important to be organized, have everything you need. We picked up engine assembly lube and silicone sealer, and just to stay focused on the job. That's the most important thing. You don't want to make any mistakes, because a mistake during the assembly process could mean pulling the engine apart again. The one thing you don't want is somebody to yell out, "Road trip!"
Your seats and everything.
Emergency meeting of boat club. Going to Springfield to pick up boat number 5. 12-foot kite loaded on the trailer. Hey, the trailer lights are even working. And we're ready to roll. And here's the new boat. It's a 1968 kite. It's a 12-foot cat boat. And it came with all the parts. There's a rudder, tiller, centerboard, mast in excellent condition, a boom that needs a little bit of attention. There's a sail, a couple of missing pieces of hardware, and it needs to have the rub rail replaced. Looks like the original was teak. Ouch. And it came with the original instructions, and those instructions include a warning. Find a place of calm water and practice capsizing the boat and getting back in. I guess they're trying to tell us something. Newport Boats, number 768.